Hello, my dears, my dear Libra. Oh, welcome to our little corner of the cosmos. We are so happy you're here for this week's deep dive.
We are, and this one is, it's a big one. We're looking at the week of December 22nd to the 28th, 2025. And for you, Libra and Libra rising, the universe is being so clear.
So clear. It's like a giant cosmic billboard is up, right?
Yeah.
And it says, it's time to build your nest.
Exactly. The focus is squarely on home, on, that deep sense of emotional security and really rebuilding your inner foundation. It's been a long time coming.
It really has.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into this because there is a ton of energy, like a whole party happening in one very specific place for you.
It's all in your fourth house. That's your foundation, your home, your family, your emotional roots. The sun just moved in, which is, like turning on a big, bright light.
And it's not arriving to an empty room. Mars has been in there since mid-December, kind of stirring things up.
Right, getting the energy moving. But the real headline, my beauties, is that your ruling planet, the gorgeous Venus, is joining the party midweek, around Wednesday the 24th.
A power trio. The Sun, Mars, and Venus, all huddled together in the coziest, most personal part of your chart.
And this isn't just a flash in the pan. This energy, this cluster, it's going to last right through the middle of January 2026. This is a real sustained opportunity.
Okay, so let's talk about that dynamic, because Mars and Venus, they can be a little dramatic together. Mars wants to go, Venus wants to chill. What does that feel like at home?
Well, in this case, it's actually really productive. Mars is giving you that spurt of energy, to finally get things done, make those last-minute changes, start working on decor, whatever it is.
The oomph you needed to finally hang those pictures.
Exactly. And then Venus comes in and makes sure you do it beautifully. She's all about the fabrics, the color schemes, the actual comfort, that appreciation for your sanctuary.
So it's a glorious opportunity, especially with the sales, to grab some bargains for your home, or even maybe thinking about a home-based business.
Yes, that's a great point, especially since Mercury joins them on January 1st. But the main drive here, the deep need, is for security.
Physical security and emotional security.
Both. It's like the cosmos is saying your peace of mind depends on your anchor point being solid. And things are moving forward now in a way that is just so nurturing, so nourishing for your heart.
And that need for security makes so much sense when you pull the camera back and look at the bigger picture. This isn't happening in a vacuum.
Not at all. We have to talk about the long-term background effect here because this rebuilding phase comes directly after a huge demolition phase.
You're talking about Pluto.
I am. Pluto was in your fourth house from 2008 all the way until November of 2024. That's 16 years. I mean, that's a fairly turbulent process.
And 16 years is a lifetime. Pluto is.
Wow. It's
the cosmic deep clean. It goes to the foundations, and if something's not right, it takes it out.
It ruthlessly takes it out. For many of you, this could have been, an imperfect relationship, huge changes in where you live, deep family dynamics coming to the surface. It can leave you feeling a little raw.
So this current energy, this Sun-Mars-Venus party, is like the universe sending in the most fabulous, capable construction crew imaginable.
And you're the architect. That's the key. This is your chance to remold your inner world in your personal image. Without that intense Plutonian pressure, you are rebuilding on your own terms.
And you're not going into this unprepared. There's another background story that's given you some serious training.
Definitely. For the last couple of years, you've had Saturn and Neptune in your sixth house of work and service. That demanded so much from you. Sacrifice, hard work, supporting others.
So all that grind, all that discipline wasn't for nothing.
Not at all. It gave you structure. It taught you boundaries. It's prepared you to be more assertive now about what you need for yourself. You know your worth.
You've earned your stripes, honey. And oh, a quick vital reminder, my sweeties, be sure to follow your rising sign. It is so important. This applies so strongly to both your sun and rising signs.
Okay, so moving into the week itself, December 22nd to the 28th. It's not all smooth sailing, even with all this wonderful home building energy.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah.
What are the immediate challenges we need to navigate?
Right at the start of the week, your ruler Venus gets a little side-eye from stern Saturn. And at the same time, the sun is in a confusing aspect with dreamy Neptune.
Okay, that sounds like a recipe for some awkward holiday moments. How does that actually play out?
It's all in communication. Your natural generosity of spirit, your offer to help or smooth things over, might be met with someone being, well, unyielding, critical, a bit irritable.
And the Neptune part just adds a layer of, wait, what just happened?
Exactly, misunderstandings. It can put you on edge when all you want to do is relax.
So what's the solution? How do we handle that without just, retreating completely?
The number one priority has to be moments of complete peace and quiet. This isn't about avoiding people, it's about preserving your own energy. Go for a walk. Unplug.
So if you have to turn down an invitation or two, you should certainly not feel guilty about that.
Not at all. And this is where that new assertiveness comes in. Thanks to Mars in your fourth house and all those lessons from Pluto, you know how to defend yourself. You know who you need to keep space from.
It's about protecting that inner peace you're working so hard to build.
Precisely. And if we watch the moon this week, on Christmas Day, it starts off really supportive and bubbly in your fifth house of fun.
Lovely.
But later in the day, it moves into your more practical sixth house, so the vibe shifts. And then toward the end of the week, we have a quarter moon.
And that can bring things to a head, can it?
It can. It might bring up some politics around a family involvement. Sometimes it's those issues that have been lingering since that Pluto transit. Just one more thing to balance.
Which brings us to this other major background energy.
Yeah.
This one feels profound. The Jupiter-Chiron square.
It is profound. It perfected on December 21st, so it's incredibly active this week. Chiron is the wounded healer, and Jupiter is hope and expansion. A square between them demands action.
It's a call for elevated healing. Okay, so what does that mean for you, Libra?
Well, Chiron is in your opposite sign, your seventh house of partnerships. So it's pointing right at where you feel especially vulnerable, in love, in alliances, in one-on-one connections.
Oof, that's a tender spot, especially during the holidays. But Jupiter is the silver lining.
Jupiter is the whole strategy. It's at the very top of your sky, in your 10th house of career and public purpose. It's giving you protection, a sense of mission. It's a floodgate of positivity from your goals.
Ah, I see. So the wisdom is to lean into the big picture.
100%. You navigate the vulnerability in your partnerships by focusing on your authority and purpose in the world. When you approach a tricky conversation from a place of confidence in who you are and what you're building,
The little things can't shake you as much.
you can just roll with it. The pain can be processed without shattering your foundation. That confidence is the key to the healing. It's real self-respect.
But that confidence might get a little test early in the week. We have one last little Venus vibe check to do, don't we?
We do. A little cautionary tale. Right before Venus gets all cozy in your fourth house, around the 23rd and 24th, it makes some tricky aspects to Uranus and Neptune.
Uranus the surprise party, Neptune the fog machine. What's the risk here?
The risk is that you might surprise yourself and others by just going way too far with the letting loose. The desire for escapism could be really strong.
Pushing things too far, maybe wasting energy, and then feeling disappointed or disconnected.
Exactly. And that's the opposite of the grounding energy this whole week is about. So the deep dive advice here is all about intention.
Purity of heart.
Yes. If you give, and my Libras are such gorgeous givers, give from a place of abundance, without any expectation of return. Don't let your generosity define you in that moment.
That way it's self-affirming, not draining. It's about connection, not escape.
Right. It ensures the celebration adds to your emotional security instead of taking away from it.
So, my sweet Libra, what does this all boil down to? The cosmos is handing you this incredible toolkit this week. You've got Mars for assertion and Venus for charm.
And you're meant to use them to build your fortress, to remold your space, your inner world, and to define what security looks like on your own terms.
Instead of focusing on balancing everyone else's needs, my beauties, remember that your greatest act of diplomacy right now is balancing your own need for peace and your newly awakened power to assert it.
That is truly divine justice.
It is. If this deep dive gave you an aha moment, send us a little spark, a like, a comment, or maybe let someone you love know where the knowledge is flowing.
Right.
We love having you here.
We really do.
Okay, let's see what's happening for the rest of the Zodiac.